Nowadays, we hear so much about toxic masculinity, it's almost like a buzzword. But I want to talk about toxic femininity, what I consider to be the opposite of true femininity. Let's discuss signs, traits, and ways how we can collectively dump bad behavior and lean into the beautifulness that lies within us women. Okay, let's get into it. I have always thought that no gender is superior. We have to hold both genders accountable. So if there is such thing as toxic masculinity, there's also such thing as toxic femininity. Sadly, we don't hear that much people talk about it. And I often think it's because we are now living in this age, especially we are seeing this in entertainment industry and in pop culture, where we demonize men. Any kind of bad behavior that women do kind of gets put under the rug. I know that's not the saying, but you know what I mean. Kind of like swept under the rug. Here we go. Yes. I want to mention some traits that I think are very toxic feminine, and I want to finish the video off with talking about true femininity. Let's end on a positive note. The number one toxic feminine trait is manipulation, versus what would be a very positive feminine trait would be communication. We communicate info so well, which means that we can also use it badly. We can use these tactics and these words to manipulate and get things that we want. And I actually heard some time ago that men destroy physically, right? Violence, and women destroy verbally with their words. Often when we think about toxic men, they can be very aggressive, right? And if we're talking about very abusive men, or we're talking about abusive women, we often think, okay, physically abusive and women are mentally abusive. And I think this ties together with that manipulative side. A way to counter that is to be honest and use your words and communicate clearly. You don't always need to create 5 different tactics. You can just talk things through. Be honest and be direct. And I have to say that communication in general is sometimes a lost value. Very few people can actually communicate. People are sometimes scared. People think that it's easier to play games. So that's number one thing that I've noticed in kind of toxic feminine women is this manipulation. Number 2 is victim mindset. Let me be clear that I am not talking about actual traumas in life. I am not talking about situations where you as a woman were an actual victim of abuse, mental or physical. I'm talking about the victim mentality that is seen not only in women, it can be seen in men, but I want to talk specifically about this victim mentality from a woman's side, which is sort of like, I am a victim just because I'm a woman. You have to stop using words like, oh, I'm a woman and everything's bad. It sucks to be a woman. It sucks to have period. It sucks that men take over the world, or whatever kind of words you're using when you talk about yourself or your womanhood. I don't know how many of you guys who watch my channel follow pop culture, but I follow it very, very often. I love it. And last year was the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial that I watched religiously. I followed the trial, I followed the verdict, and I think Amber Heard is a very great example of toxic femininity. Both of them messed up. I don't want to get into the relationship, but the narrative that she played publicly was, I'm a woman. How could I ever hurt a man? I'm a woman. I'm a victim. And there were even audios leaked where she specifically said that no one's gonna believe you because I'm a woman and you're a man. And this is a very, very toxic behavior in itself, but it's this toxic femininity in it because you're using your womanhood as a reason to act bad. You're like, I can act bad. I'm a woman. I can hit you. I'm a woman, I'm the victim, so I can do whatever I want to do. It's this victim mentality that everyone's out to get you and you can act the way you want to because you're a victim. Now, I like to replace that with the accountability mindset, which is, okay, what could I do if I'm actually in a situation that is toxic? If a man is toxic, another woman is toxic, what can I do to get myself out of here? Because we have to hold accountability as people and we have to hold accountability as women. Wherever we are in our lives, it's because of our decisions. And if we are in a situation that we feel like wasn't our decision, what can we do to change that situation? What can we do to get out of that situation? Number 3 is jealousy, and more specifically, jealousy of other women. So I think when we feel very connected to our femininity, we feel like we love ourselves, we feel like we are amazing the way we are, other women inspire us. Other feminine, beautiful women inspire us. We don't feel that competition. However, we are all human, and all of us, me, you, whoever is watching, we have felt jealousy at one point or another in our lifetime. And the thing about jealousy is, the saying is correct, jealousy is a disease. And to be jealous of other women, to act out of jealousy, is a very, very toxic femininity trait. And the reason I add femininity, not just, any human who behaves that way and is jealous is toxic, is because women will know when I say that there's something about women feeling jealous of other women that it can be very, very toxic and very, very, very strong. We feel this competition and this need to compare. Number 4 is male hatred. Hating an entire gender will never resolve anything. Men and women are put on this earth to coexist, to live together, to complement each other. And that does not mean that there are not horrible men. That does not mean that there are not horrible women. Each and every one of us as an adult, it is our job and our responsibility to be better and to be, actually, if we can, to be great in who we are, not to compare, not to be someone else. I don't think that as a woman, I could ever lean into my femininity and be truly feminine if I hate men. I've never hated men. I've definitely been in a place in my life, especially when I would be not so connected to my femininity, where I would see that, males and men are the root of all problem. And obviously I don't think that way anymore. If you would imagine a man who says, all women are horrible, I hate women, do you view that man as masculine? Never, right? Because masculinity is about protecting women and loving women and caring for women, the same way as femininity is about giving that love and nurture to your family, to your man. It's complimenting, it's admiring the other gender. So if you are saying that all men are horrible, or all men are pigs, or men are the root of evil, first of all, your reality is what you say. So do not be surprised that you keep saying pig men. And second of all, you cannot find a place which is calm and peaceful and beautiful, and a place where, if you are, for example, single, a masculine man can come into your life because you are diminishing something that you might desire. But just really be careful with phrases all and everything. It's like you are putting millions, billions of people in one group, and I think it's very dangerous, and it's definitely not coming from a place of love. So it's a toxic trait that must be thrown in the garbage, and you have to change your worldview, and you have to start seeing beauty and seeing love all around you. In its core, I believe true femininity is about love and nurture and motherhood. And let me be clear that when I say motherhood, I do not mean that you can only be feminine if you're a mother, or that you should want kids. Absolutely not. But I think every single woman, if she has healed her feminine energy, is born with this little bit of nurture. And you can nurture your nieces, your sisters, your pets, and you see a kid somewhere alone and you're like, okay, where is the mom? Where is the mom? When I think about women that I admire, when I think about women that really express that true femininity, they have always so much strength in their softness to protect weaker beings, in their softness to protect children. A true feminine woman is not jealous of other women. She doesn't put other women down. She gets inspired from them. She gets inspired by their amazing success or their beauty. It took me a long time to understand that to be womanly or to be feminine, I don't have to change who I am. There's a reason why I mentioned that you can have a lot of motherly instincts and softness instincts and loving instincts without even being a mother or wanting to have children. True womanhood is about being authentically you, about allowing yourself to be, about allowing men to give, about taking care of your family, about bringing that softness to the world. It's about following your dreams and doing what you love and not trying to be a man in the way. I think this is the most important part. I've mentioned this in my other femininity series, but I used to think that if I want to be successful or if I want to climb in my career, I have to do it like a man. And it took me some time to understand I do not. And actually, I am more powerful and more strong and more productive when I do it my woman way, when I follow my cycle, when I cherish my cycle, when I really, truly, in all my core, love the fact that I'm a woman. I do not feel victimized. I do not feel like anyone is controlling me or is above me, or just because I can do something that a man can, I'm in any way less than. Men have their strengths, women have their strengths. We have to dump bad behavior as women, and we have to catch ourselves or catch others, maybe friends or relatives, when they're being toxic. The same way as true masculinity inspires other men to be truly masculine, true femininity inspires other women to be truly feminine. But okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any interesting thoughts regarding this topic, let me know in the comments down below. I will love to read what you have to say. But okay, thanks guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.